man, there's just so many yuccas here. So what I'm trying to do is drill holes in the root or in the stump, and then pour cleaning vinegar down the hole as far as it can go. I mean, I could have gotten a bigger one, but this is the longest that they have. I could get a much longer one, but the drill isn't powerful enough. And then hopefully in a couple of weeks, when we start excavating here to take the stumps out, the roots will have died, and that way we can prevent future yuccas from just sprouting up anywhere. So the easiest way to do would be to dig 3 feet, 4 feet down into the ground and just excavate this whole thing. But seeing as there aren't really places to dump soil, it's very difficult to find those kind of places here. We have to consider just burning them or throwing them away into the garbage. Obviously not all at once, because we don't want to overwhelm the garbage for the small community that's here, so we have to do it in stages. But yeah, so we're hoping to kill the roots that way, then they don't spread and they don't just pop up anywhere. Yeah. Not the most pleasant work, but it is necessary. At least this way, it's a natural product. We don't poison the soil. Not sure how long this land has been standing vacant. These were obviously planted within the last few years. There are other trees that the neighbor has planted that we're just going to keep, unless there might be 1 or 2 that we have to transplant, put them somewhere else in the garden instead of in the farm area. But yeah, these have definitely got to come out, because their roots spread out this way and they just pop up wherever. So seeing as we don't want that, this is the best solution without damaging the soil to a large degree. Sorry, buddy. these guys. But I can still do it in April. I don't want to shock them too much. But I won't do these this year.
Still wet there. What? Water there, look.
Oh yeah. Yeah, every time it rains. Well, this used to be a river, eh?
Oh yeah, many years ago.
This used to be a lake about 4,000 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the water table's pretty high here.
10 metres I think it's which is actually 3 metres higher than where we were in the northeast of England. So it's steadily climbing.
Yeah.
You enjoyed yourself.
Yeah. Just trying to open it up a little bit in the centre here. I know I should be going up as well, but I don't want to scare the tree too much this year.
Are these olives?
So, yeah. Or the flowers.
That's probably the most I've seen on there. 5 years now, maybe 6 years these.
Yeah.
That's full of oranges in the summer.
Yeah.
It just all drops onto the floor.
Yeah, so we're gonna have we'll probably walk around the
See what there
village
is.
and try all the oranges and see which one's the sweetest one.
Yeah.
And then take a
Some of the trees up there which you like nobody claims.
yeah.
Just drop onto
Yeah.
the road.
Go check it. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 back here.
That one there is.
And then our orchards are gonna be like over here.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It'll
we
look
have,
lovely. It'll look absolutely stunning.
lemons and oranges.
Yeah.
And
You're going to have to get some substantial trees then. You know, some that spend an extra couple of quid to get.
We've got a
some
guy
ones-
up in Amaranth. They're called deer plant,
Right?
and they have everything from seeds right up to mature trees.
Yeah.
And they're going to come and do our garden, the garden in there.
Cool.
So our yard will kind of already be
What
not from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Are they going to map it out for you? Or are you doing
Yeah,
it?
we're doing it, and with their help, and then they'll come in and put in some trees that are, especially the windbreak over there.
When's that going to happen?
Oh,
This
probably
year?
next year.
Next year?
Yeah. The farm, laying this out, the walls, flattening the ground. That's all
So this year then, are you going to put things in here?
I'm hoping to.
You're going to try and get the best of the summer?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you want to move out the way.
Ellie.
You smell the doggy? Can you smell doggy dog?
Yeah, I sprayed lavender.
Yeah.
Sprayed lavender on my boots because apparently ticks hate the smell of lavender.
Right.
And just
So we're having lavender on dogs, are we?
so that's what they
Lavender,
do.
some perfume on. Did some perfume. They've had the tablets, right? So
Oh, I've noticed the
Oh, have
ticks
they? Oh,
that
that's
do
good.
bite onto them do die.
Got to remove back here this ridiculous hat. I got to do some more strimming, and I've got to remove, just got to take these old branches out the way so that I'm not cutting loose branches. Can't wait to flatten this land and just get rid of all these big holes. I think there's a lot of critters in here, like moles and snakes. I see holes everywhere, about that big. So it tells me that there's snakes and definitely moles. And I did see a dead rat on that side with its head stuck in the hole. So I think a snake must have gotten it and tried to pull it through the hole, but the rat was bigger than the hole. So the body was sticking out of this hole. Fun things I'm going to have to handle and look forward to becoming a farmer, a gardener. Ground is super uneven here. It's just dips, little hills everywhere. When you're strimming, you're always hitting something or in a valley, so you've got to kind of, it's a bit difficult. But once this is all done, we will be flattening it later on, possibly next month, hopefully, if we can find somebody that can come here and just grade everything. Then it should be a little bit easier to manage. I just don't know where we're gonna put all that soil, because apparently it's difficult to get rid of soil. So I just thought I'd take some, just a few minutes while I'm resting my hands from all the trembling, just battling to keep my hands closed. Obviously I've never done this much work, not even in my own garden back in Canada. Bridget actually enjoyed doing the lawn mowing. So what's happened in the meantime is I'm just trimming this area because I've got to keep it as tidy as possible. I've still got to do that side, which is going to be a challenge because I might have to rent something to mow the whole thing. The strimmer is not going to cut it. Needs something more powerful. In the meantime, we have been to our architect and we have finalized the architectural plans. We've just got one more meeting with her on Tuesday to go through some just minor adjustments. Once that's done, it can be sent to the Kamera or the municipality for approval. I did go to the architect at the municipality and we had a discussion there because we wanted to know what we could do on this property. We want to build a wall on this side, dividing the olive trees that are on Mike's land on his side, and build the wall along the pipes and all the electrics and stuff that are underground. We've got to build on obviously our side, and we kind of know where that is now. So what he told us is that for a wall that is in front of a road, it needs a project. So we have to submit a project to build that wall, so our architect can put in a project for the wall there. And then the wall on this side, that's on the interior basically of the land, that we don't need a project for. We can just build that whenever we're ready to build it. The other thing that we wanted to see was, because when we bought this land and we wanted to acquire this portion as well, what happened was, in the plans, the PDM, which is the kind of the master plan for zoning in Portugal, every municipality has one, at the corner there was a ecological portion which you can't do anything with. You can't build on it, you can't put concrete under the ground, you can't put a wall above, you can't do anything. That was kind of a sore point for us, and we didn't know what to do with it. But when I went to the architect, I told him about that land because we wanted to build the wall, and we wanted to know where to could we actually build the walls to before we were going into Ren land. And he looked and he looked and he looked and he looked on all the plans and all the little subdivisions and the PDM final master plan, and he couldn't find any. So that's a great relief for us. There's absolutely no Ren land on our property anywhere, and so that makes it much easier to just go ahead, put in the project for the front wall, build the side wall, and we don't have to worry about any special fencing or anything. We can put the greenhouse there, we can do whatever we want. So that's a huge relief for us. After that, we want to flatten the land. We will probably have to remove the topsoil here and dump it somewhere, so I'm still working on that. Then once the ground is flat, we can bring in proper soil and start, adjusting everything, planning where everything is going to go. For the most part, we kind of know what we're doing with it and where we want to put things. So along the front wall of the house, of the farm area, we're going to put tall trees as close to the wall as we can. That is to create a windbreak, because the wind mostly comes from the north here, and it comes right down here. So that's north and that's south. West is the beachway, which is that way, and so we need to create a bit of a break there. Then after the break, we'll have the fruit orchard, so it'll be citrus trees that are common here, maybe a nut tree of some sort, and then we'll have the greenhouse, and then in front of the greenhouse we'll have espalier trees, which will be figs, pears, apples, and some other stuff, all espaliered, just so that we can keep it at 6 feet, and will be much easier to prune, much easier to pick and harvest. And then in front of that will be, which is kind of in the area we are in here, we'll be doing the raised beds, probably 4 or 5 to start, and then we'll see how it progresses. I'll have to speak to some locals, because there's a lot of farm areas around here, and so I'll have to speak to some of them and find out when they do the pruning, when they do the burning, harvesting of certain things, etc, etc. I think it'll be nice to introduce myself to some of the neighbors and see what they think. I know Portuguese people, I mean, I'm being Portuguese, but not Portuguese, because I was born in South Africa, is kind of, you always kind of, not fear, but you're always more shy or less inclined to approach your own people, I guess, for lack of a better word, about certain things. But I guess that is the beauty of this whole project, of being here, being debt free, stepping outside my comfort zone, and just going out there and meeting people, talking to them. So those are the things that have been happening. They're moving slowly but surely. I'm gonna get back to strimming because I do want to finish this area here. This area is like really tough, and there's like this big clumps of grass that grow in big clumps. Those are difficult to cut down, not like the other grass that just grows straight up front. Yeah, I'm gonna do some raking so I can get all the grass as much as possible around the pipe here. There's a pump here that I think I've got something crawling on my head. that Mike uses from the well to water his garden at the back there. So be careful not to damage any of the pipes there. So this is, I think this goes underground somewhere. But yeah, that goes in the well here. Yeah, it's come down about half a meter since the big rains. So we're doing well. Okay, I'm gonna get on with it. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully we can show you some of what the house will look like eventually. We're probably only gonna build the foundation this year, and then next year we'll start setting up the house, etc, etc. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.